Hi everyone, it's Badge on the Birds Movie Reviews, and today I'm here to review The Fall Guy, starring Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone. Now, you might be asking, what is The Fall Guy? Well, if you haven't been paying close attention to your TV or YouTube ads, The Fall Guy is basically starring Ryan Gosling and not Emma Stone, Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, and it is a love story set in a action thriller comedy. It's a whole bunch of genres. Anyway, let's get into the positives. Also, if you haven't seen the movie, definitely go check it out. It's a good time. You will have a great time. For the positives of this movie. Oh, I'm sorry. Before we begin, I want to do a shout out to all the stuntmen who don't get recognized for their hard work. These stuntmen are put their lives on the line for us, and I feel like they don't get enough appreciation. This whole movie was dedicated to stuntmen, and I feel like they should get all the credit that they deserve. They are braver than we could ever realize. We don't ever see them at the Oscars because they're hardly ever invited to the Oscars. At least I don't really know if they are or not. But anyway, we need to give stuntmen more appreciation for their hard work that they do for us to make action movies such as John Wick, Nobody, such as John Wick and Nobody, and like superhero films like The Avengers, The Dark Knight, stuff like that, all great. Anyway, let's get on to the positives. For the positives for this film, I have the comedy. The movie is pretty funny. It had me laughing a lot. Not laughing out loud, but it had me chuckling. So, I consider that a win for me. Um, Another positive that I have for this movie is the chemistry between Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt. I feel like it was perfect. It's that they were just so comfortable being goofy around each other. It's like it's like they have known each other for a long time, which I'm guessing they have in real life. But yeah, it felt like this is a relationship that we've already known for a very long time, even when the movie started. It feels like we've known them for years. We've known their history and blah 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 blah. And another positive I have to give is the action. The action in it is honestly pretty good. Now I will admit, I'll get into my negatives about some of the action, but other than that, that's a whole lot of positives for me because it's basically a rom-com mashed in with an action movie. And I'm okay with that. Anyway, let's get into our negatives. But actually, before we do that, I want to rank The Fall Guy with all the other action movies that I've seen this year. And the way I'm ranking it is the only other action movies I've seen this year are The Beekeeper, Argyle, Boy Kills World, and Monkey Man. Now, if I have to rank The Fall Guy with these, in terms of action films, I would say honestly, I put it right under Beekeeper, and Beekeeper was #1 action movie for me. Even though there's not a whole, I mean, yes, there's some action, but there's not like a whole lot of action. Sorry, I just woke up. It's still a good action film. Now on to my negatives. I really have one gripe with this movie, and that is deciding exactly what genre it wants to be, because it's part rom-com, part action, part comedy. And I'm like, just pick two and stick with it. And now, I know some other reviewers might be saying the same thing. So I'm like, because here's the thing though, if you are able to do that right with the juggling and all that, like if you're able to juggle a rom-com, a comedy, and an action film all at once, good for you. I'm glad you were able to do that successfully and have people enjoy it. And for the most part, this movie did. However, I feel like there are some points where it's just going all over the place and you don't know what to do. And to me, that was kind of frustrating. But for the most part, this movie did a great job. And that is a very, very small negative to compare with a whole bunch of positives. And now, on to my favorite part of this movie. Honestly, I thought it was absolutely, you might think it's stupid, but I thought it was hilarious. Spoiler warning. Ryan Gosling gets shot, not literally, by a bunch of blanks. And in the movie, the guy that has the gun doesn't know that they're blanks. And Ryan Gosling goes, ooh, and like falls backwards. And he sneaks up on the guy. And I thought that was pretty funny. I thought that was a very clever thing to come up with. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go eat some breakfast and wake up. But yeah, those were my thoughts on the Fall Guy. And I would love to hear your thoughts on the Fall Guy. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share your thoughts of the Fall Guy down below. Tell me whether you liked it, whether you thought it was mid, whether you didn't like it, and why, and I will do my best to respond. Anyway, this is Bat Joe and the Birds Movie Reviews, signing out.